Before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know that TeePublic is actually officially sponsoring a giveaway on this channel. We're going ahead and giving away 3 different Steven Universe items, a t-shirt, a mug, and a sticker. To enter, all you have to do is follow the Gleam link down below in the description, go ahead, like this video, subscribe, and do a few other things to get a better chance of winning, and you'll receive some cool merch that actually supports not just us, not just TeePublic, not just Steven Universe, but the community of Steven Universe artists on TeePublic as well.
Steven, everyone believes in.
I know the songs are great, but I feel like the movie was extremely heavy on the song aspect. Really, it feels like it was just a few songs short of being a musical. Opening book cliche. Also, if you're watching this movie without knowing all of this, I'm not really sure what you're doing here.
As much as I've loved dismantling the Empire and saving all your planets, I can't wait to get home and spend some quality time with my friends.
Cut the feed.
Why would they do this announcement before actually asking him how he felt? And they did it live at that.
You can't go.
You must stay. You're all we have left of Pink. Steven.
Somewhere, someone is actually enjoying this gigantic woman scene just a bit too much.
That's great. Good job. Keep it up. Bye.
Look, I get it, it's a cartoon, but this is faster than light travel, despite it literally being made out of light.
A power all my own.
To be fair, technically all these powers are still your mom's, since gems are just their gem. And heck, the shield and sword are literally hers.
And now I saved the world.
This box is so important they have to write keep in all capital letters, but not important enough to actually unbox it. This is a nitpick, but I mean, what do you expect? This movie is easily one of my most favorites, but there's no way the van could actually get this close to the edge of the beach and not really have a hard time getting out, to the point where it makes me wonder why you would even park this close to the edge anyways.
And I was sure she set me free.
These are all great songs and amazingly well done, but again, how much of the movie is just going to be recaps of everything we already know happened?
Careful, dude.
Is wrapping and pulling him in a diamond or spike encrusted whip really better than just letting a person who can fly walk off the pad? You know, things like this town existing brings up a point, and maybe it's because I didn't watch the literal last episode, but shouldn't there be non-stop government activity going on here? Like, literally having aliens integrated into human society should change all of human society.
Here we are.
Wait, what? I know it's called Beach City, but it's a bit ridiculous, right? It's literally a city on a beach. How would you even build infrastructure like this? All the buildings should have, like, pretty much no foundation here. No one saw this huge object coming in before this. And just pointing this out, with how delayed Garnet's reaction is, she might as well not even have future vision.
Universe.
Yes?
Perfect.
Well, I guess XJ9 finally went through her emo phase. In Spinel's backstory, she sat in the garden, standing still for years, but somehow knows all of the crystal gems, despite only apparently coming to a few moments ago after Steven's speech. Had all the other things about the crystal gems and Pink shattering been broadcasted? Surely if that was the case, she would have moved beforehand, right? Sure, but where? Did Pink keep all of these on the garden? And if so, why? All the animations with Spinel are incredible, but the choreography with the scythe is honestly the best and well worth a sin removal. The gems were clearly running to the lighthouse, but when they're sliced in half, they're for some reason all looking the other way.
You're right behind them!
That was nothing!
So it only affects the gem itself, and I guess it can bypass light constructs. But the fact it also can't cut through solid matter seems like a huge oversight. All you have to do then is just hide behind a rock or something.
Are you okay? Holy, she really got everybody.
Cartoon Network censoring swears, but we just watched 3 people get cut in half by the better version of Jared Leto's Joker.
See? Here she comes. Good old Pearl. Huh. Well, that's new.
So are clams like universal? Because if not, why would Pearl's default avatar be a clam? I know all these rocks are native to Earth, but they are at least just sediments under pressure, and that makes sense. But this is literally sea life that's native only to Earth to our knowledge.
Well, I certainly recognize my Greg universe.
Oh boy.
As for you,
Pearl has normal inflections like hms, but doesn't realize that in Greg's name wasn't intentional.
Greg Universe?
Greetings, Greg universe.
Huh?
I'm so excited to meet you!
Why would Spinel instantly gravitate to Steve? Pearl needed a designation to be able to function, but apparently everyone else has predetermined roles that they just instantly stuck to.
Are you serious right now? What about that stuff you said about how I won't stand a chance against your injector?
I said what now?
Shouldn't Pearl be stored with knowledge of Homeworld's technology? Isn't that her main thing?
She wrote in on that?
How are you just now seeing that?
Oh, was there like a laser or...
Be careful with that. It's a rejuvenator.
Peridot is the tech expert, and Bismuth is the weapons expert. But in a world full of weapons like this, there should be a significant amount of overlap. But Peridot has no knowledge about this device. Also, she thought it was a laser and still looked right down the barrel of it because science. And they made it so that it affects even diamonds. That seems like a really bad weapon to have floating around.
One hit with this, you're back to how they made you.
Again, if gems are reverted to when they were created, then why do Ruby and Sapphire know who each other are still? Surely they aren't both born at the same time, and they have the task assigned to them, right?
How do we reverse this? Oh no. Do I need to get the diamonds?
Best to not even bother to ask them, or even seeing if they know a way to shut off the injector, despite the fact that they are the ones who would have oversaw literally all these things being made.
And we never give up, no, we never give up on our friends.
Hot lava right next to his feet while he's still wearing sandals, but not even affected in the slightest. And keep in mind, he doesn't have superpowers anymore.
Aha!
A giant pizza cutter?
That is one of its functions, yes.
What would this tool even be used for? It's not even a normal saw that has guards or protection. This is literally only built for this exact purpose of going haywire and causing some comedic and dramatic moments.
The Lapis will rush in and save them at the last second.
Why was Lapis even that high up? Couldn't she have just saved them a lot easier if she wasn't?
Ruby! I'm sorry! I told you you wouldn't last the day. Well, I'm glad fate allowed me to meet you.
During all that talking, they literally could have just moved out of the way, but decide to have a full conversation right underneath a falling anvil.
What's going on?
Everyone's memories are wiped and my powers are all messed up. We need your help. What should we do, Garnet?
I'm sorry, but do you know me?
So they don't actually have their memories back, but for some reason they now have the full concept of the word love, something that gems before had no knowledge of. Wasn't all of these feelings explained to them by Pink Diamond? And as such, they still shouldn't know anything. And one more thing, I get the idea that this is their first time fusing, so their form is a little off, hence why it's patched. They don't have a full sense of self yet. But if that's the case, how come Steven and Connie fuse in a finalized state? And even later, Greg and Steven?
Oh, right. Spinel, you stay here with the others, and I'll be right back.
No!
Again, if they're supposed to have their memories wiped, how come Spinel is so adverse to having Steven leave her when she let Pink leave her for 6,000 years?
Let me give you a thought. I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what.
Steven Sano's become magical tap shoes. Even that's not how tap shoes work normally. They're using like special mats designed for them. Surely this isn't something he has to capture, right? Because there are gyms all over the place. They have an entire town right next to him. Surely he's gotten plenty of footage and everyone knows that he's at least not crazy about them.
So, let me explain.
Get away from him, you monster!
Again, whipping Steven to drag him to protection, probably not the safest or best thing to do. Your whip is covered in spikes. These leaves have a great sense of comedic timing. Not only that, it's pretty amazing how far away they are from any of the other trees.
She doesn't even remember that thing.
What the?
They're all seriously just now seeing all of this, because it was there for quite a while, and it made quite an introduction.
41 hours until the destruction of all organic life on Earth.
All organic life?
Yeah, like the animals, the plants, the insects, you know, people.
Okay, so I know Earth had the cluster in it, so there is a bit of hollow space. However, the Earth's crust is extremely deep. Even to reach the cluster required a lot of drilling. You're telling me just the tip of this drill is enough to reach the center, and this small vial of goo is enough to cover the entirety of the Earth's core?
Super Steven strength!
Steven's other powers are failing, but he for some reason tries to lift this giant structure, something he probably couldn't even do normally.
We have to find a way to move it without touching it before it's too late.
Spinel! She activated it, so she must be able to deactivate it.
Why does Peridot, someone who's the tech genius, and Bismuth, the blacksmith, not know how to deactivate this injector? But this glorified, although adorable Joker does. I mean, she literally stayed still for 6,000 years. Surely technology advanced a lot, and she wouldn't have been exposed to any of it. Wait, who's playing the drums if Amethyst isn't doing it anymore? Wait, so he can't even handle doing his shield for long periods of times, but fusion, a way more intensive process, and something he learned almost last, is something he's able to do. However, this is hands down my favorite song of the movie. So, you know, despite it not making sense, I'll go ahead and remove a sin.
Independent together.
I'm pretty sure this is outside the range of the amps. Call it a hunch though. Spinel is upset Pink left her, but leaves Steven at his most vulnerable moment. Honestly, I know this place looks run down, but after 6,000 years, this is incredible that the trees are still alive. I don't even see any water, and while there's oxygen here, there doesn't seem to be much of anything else.
Happily waiting, all on my own, under the endless sky.
This technically means every happy moment that has ever happened on Earth with Pink or Steven, Spinel has been there waiting and crying inside about being left here. What a great thought to have whenever you rewatch this series. And I need to point this out. Wasn't Pink's whole thing setting gems free? Or at least that's how it's portrayed. But at every point in time that we learn anything about Pink, it seems like she's only motivated by selfish desires for herself.
Spinel, come back and save the Earth with me.
Sure, okay, you can stop it, but shouldn't the amount of poison that's in there now still do massive amounts of damage to the Earth? No matter when you pull it up, if it's almost reaching critical, there should still be catastrophic effects. How is this still pretty much filled?
I didn't have anywhere else to put it.
We can just forget this ever happened. You mean I can just forget this ever happened.
Yeah, this really isn't his plan, but it sure is a good one. Something he should have honestly done.
It's the
Confirms the whole Garnet is the strongest when singing, because before they were getting their ass kicked, and now she can toss Spinel around just because she's singing a few notes. Why didn't she actually just fully unload it instead of giving him a chance to stop her in the first place?
Hardest part with you.
Steven climbs the perfectly smooth glass with just his bare hands because physics. And yes, I am saying that without a hint of irony in the show that has aliens and hard light constructs.
Aren't I reliving every horrible thing that's ever happened to me? A gem I barely know is trying to kill me. I'm paying for stuff my mom did that had nothing to do with me. I'm struggling with my powers. The world's about to end. What piece could I be missing? This is the story of my life.
And the story of every single underdog anime character in the world.
Just can it, won't ya? You can't just make everything better by singing some stupid song!
You must be new here because yes you can. In this show at least.
Well, that's one way to get rid of your injector.
But what about the poison? What about the planet? What about your happily ever after?
Yeah, but she's right. It's never addressed. The planet should be dead now, right? It's been poisoned, and the Earth's core is filled with it now. So shouldn't everything be about to die?
Spinel,
What?
knock knock, Steven.
It's us.
The diamonds.
And the diamonds appear right now, on cue, instead of when they actually could have helped.
blue, yellow, white. This is Spinel.
My diamond.
And just like that, Steven is replaced. I guess as long as it's pink and tangentially related to the pink, they'll love it.
Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future.
Okay, I guess they can rebuild the building. Sure, that makes sense. But what about the giant pools of poison and the cracks in the ground? Is Steven just licking all of that? Because I thought the organic matter should still be destroyed. So what wins out? The licking or the toxic chemicals? Did he go to anywhere else? Because again, this is globally being affected. This is the Earth being affected by this poison, not just Beach City. So did he go everywhere else that the poison should be affecting and lick that too?